is the crafter's delight, especially a DIYer, to naturally be creative and see good in everything they come across. And today, we are going to talk about that very thing, creating our junk trunk. Hello, and welcome to the Dandy DIYer. I'm Elizabeth, and today we are suggesting that you create a junk trunk. In the decluttering and organizing and donating, you're going to come across these little gems. They're quite charming and still a treasure to you. However, they lack a little bit of flair and out of date and need to be modernized in some way. Or perhaps they're partially broken but could be a part of something else, and putting things together to create something even more beautiful and modern and useful, giving it practicality and functionality. So I am going to tell you how I am going about my decluttering and what I have in store for my junk truck. These will be future DIYs right here on the channel. Subscribe to the channel for future ideas and creations. So let's get into this junk trunk. Here is the tub I have selected to make my junk trunk for the temporary period of time in which I'm decluttering and organizing. Bear in mind that it is back to school time, and with people going back to school and college, you're going to find these incredible containers on sale for a fraction of the price and a great value. This junk trunk that I'm creating is a pretty large tub, will repel water, it can be tied down, and it's heavy duty, it's durable, plus it's clear see-through, the one I selected. Whatever works best for you. But I needed one that was large and could hold some bulky items. So let me show you a few of the things that I've selected to put in my junk trunk for future DIY creation. This has significant storage and a great big lid, and I love it. It's really deep and tall. And some of the items that I've selected to put in my junk trunk are some that I come across when I was decluttering. Here I have a couple of baskets, and these are the Jello molds from Tupperware. Well, they don't get used anymore, but I think they have the potential to be something really gorgeous. I also came across this wrought iron candle holder that is heart in shape, and it has these little arms to it. Wouldn't that be a jewel? And I can kind of see what I might do with that. But it has potential to be many things, and it can sit like this. Has this little hook handle. So I thought it'd be kind of clever to use in my junk trunk. I also found a caddy, and I have a plastic container. That'd be good for organizing maybe. I have a reef here, and I also have like an ornament box. I also have this painter's box that my daughter no longer uses. I wanted to keep it because it's wooden and I could paint it, and I could also put patterns and different things in it. It has an opening lid, so it has like a hinge here, and you can open it up. And look at that. I could so use that for something. And it has a drawer in it here. So isn't that neat? So there are a lot of things that I'm going to put in my junk trunk that have helped me while I was decluttering. Now I have a purse here, and you may be thinking, well, how could you DIY that? Well, on this channel we do sewing and all kinds of different things. But look, it has buckles on it like a belt. Those could be used for something else. And the purse itself is leather, so it's still usable. And it may even do that. But it has zippers and a magnetic snap. So there are many things that could be done in repurposing some of these pieces, if not to use the purse. Now, what's wonderful about the junk trunk is if you have a cardboard box like I have, and that's sufficient to hold your stuff, great. You don't want to grow any larger. But my idea here is I have 3 of these cardboard boxes sitting here. And this one tub should hold all of my junk in the trunk so that I can eliminate these boxes and declutter this whole area you see right here. And all tubs, popcorn tins, these are the short ones. These are wonderful for storing ribbon and fabric remnant. All kinds of nooks and crannies can fit in that tub. It probably won't go in the junk trunk unless I'm putting something else in it. I have all of these other ideas. And this caddy, look at this wood caddy I came across while I was doing my organizing. And inside here I have a few things that I've tucked down inside because this makes a good catchment. And here's a crystal ashtray. That is a beautiful piece, and that would be a beautiful topper on something. And I'm just thinking about all the future things that we get to do on the channel in DIYs. It holds a towel, but also it has doors on the front of it. Some of these items, they are bowls and cups and jars and different things that I can use. And then I have all these wooden buckets and this paper tube that holds things. I can put ribbon or wooden dowels inside of it. And then I have this bag full of stuff too. So I just wanted to share with you some of the items that's going to go in my junk trunk. This is like a easel with like a spiral on it, and it sits up. And what's really clever about it is it can work as a dry eraser board, or maybe I could put a magnetic strip or caulk board on there and turn that into like a little desk memo, which it once served as a desk calendar. And so I wanted to keep the board. I also have like a container that's gotten melted on the side, and it's Tupperware. It's still usable, but since I have plenty, I thought this would be great to store really small items or pressed flowers in. I have a miniature cutting board. This is really good for glue and holding things. And then I have these pet buckets that I come across, and those are going to craft room as well. These are just some ideas of some things that I'm going to be putting in there. And of course, these tins. I have plenty of ideas to do with my cookie tins. So I come across this vintage bag, and it has a buckle on it, and it's kind of wore out, and you see how it's kind of just torn and so forth. But it has potential to be something more. And it has this cool handle on it. And in the rear here, this was an umbrella holder. And things like this that were made a long time ago, sometimes we can repair this right here and get it anew, and really truly can use it again. And it could be a great find to fix it up for someone and put it in a craft store or thrift mart or one of the Christmas festival shows. You never know who might find your treasures to be their treasures. I have this wooden wheelbarrow that I could not part with. I still love it. I still think it's great and beautiful. The wooden bucket I have picked up at a clearance sale. Look at that. It was even lower than that when I bought it, of course. Then just all sorts of things. Some more reefs and different things that I can use. I came across this tube of paper. This is way old, but it is still pretty. It's blue and it has the snowflakes on it, right? So that would be really nice to wrap Christmas gifts in and use that paper up. Now, I don't recommend that you hang on to every little thing because you're going to find plenty. But what I do want you to consider is when you find something that's truly a gem, like wood pieces, or metal, or fabric, crochet doilies, or the trim off of pillowcases that was embroidered. Little nooks and crannies, little neat things that you find. Ceramic pieces. There's all kinds of things that, us DIYers, we're so creative. And we see that and we go, oh my goodness, I could so do this with this, or so do that with that. I even found like this light fixture, and it has the fairings on it. Well, I save all my fairings because I use them atop of candy jars. I'll glue them on there, or I may create some kind of ornament or something. I seen a recent idea, where they're reusing the ceiling fan chandeliers. Well, I repurposed mine too, but I never thought to make it into a Christmas ornament, which is what they are doing now. And they use a lamp fairing on the top. Just think of all the potential that all of these neat little things we find have and what all we can possibly do with them. Also, we will be reworking a lot of things that we've already made in the past with these new ideas and DIYs that we do. I just want you to create your junk trunk while you're decluttering and organizing and donating. Now, don't go overboard. Don't be keeping things that truly just need to be thrown away, and really and truly just you need to let go of them. Don't go overboard. Don't go crazy. The whole idea of the junk trunk is a little this and a little that that might have the potential of being put together to make something. Now, if it's not your style and it's not something that you fool with or do, by all means, let it go. Donate it, or if it's broken, definitely dispose of it. You do come across, like I came across an old photograph that my daughter had gotten, and let me show you an example of what I did. So when I was going through the box, like I said, my family has gotten the fever too. It is contagious. When you start decluttering and organizing and cleaning up, it catches on, and other members will just jump in there and start doing it. So don't feel like you have to motivate them or tell them to do that. You just let them know your ambition. They see you in action. And I have to say this. Let me add this before I show you what I came across. We create a fever within. We are the harmony. As they say, the hand that rocks cradle rules the world. You set the harmony in the home, the tone. So whenever you are motivated and you're doing things like that, it's contagious. Your family catches that fever. So I'm going over to the box and I'm shifting some things around. I come across this envelope that I knew that I didn't put in there. Out of curiosity, I opened the envelope and this is what I found. They were these museum prints of the original artist, and they are professionally photographed. But I had this frame that I had been holding on to here, and what I had inside of it, it was so out of date. So I wanted to do something with the frame. Well, lo and behold, this photograph was perfect, and it is a professionally made photograph of the original painting portrait from this artist. Isn't it gorgeous? Let me show you the other print that I own that it goes with perfectly in this same foyer. So we have this print on this wall, and voila, we have this print on this wall. I've had this print about 20 years, and I love it. It's one of my favorites, still my favorite, and I still put it up. It always goes on this wall. I want to see it just before I enter these two rooms, and they just work well together. Once I get this area decongested and uncluttered, I will be able to see them anyway, but this will be cleared up. You'll see none of this other stuff sitting here. You'll only see the open foyer. One of those little gems you'll run across. There were other professional portraits and prints that she had in this envelope. They had been gifted to her by her uncle. However, they didn't match her style. Remember what I said? Is it your style? Is it what you're into? Is it what you do? And it is better to donate that somewhere. But those are some of the gems you might DIY along the way. You'll run across, and go ahead and do with them right then. Remember what I said? Ask the 3 questions. Will I use it? Do I need it? Is it important to me? And that portrait happened to be important to me. And yes, I was going to use it. So I put it in a frame right away. It's literally when I went through my pile and I come across it, I was like, I got to stop. I have to do this now. I went directly, got the frame that my brain remembered. Because I told you, whenever you come across something, your mind is going to start working on solutions. It's going to start coming up with solutions to whatever question you have in your mind. And it's going to help you along the way. And you'll be solving and coming up with solutions all the time, subconsciously and consciously. And that's what I did. It solved my problem. I wanted to use that frame. I didn't want what was in it anymore. And remember what I told you. I was getting rid of anything that was cluttering up my home and just putting road stops in my way. So I went straight away, got the frame, Made sure I cleaned it up, Windexed the glass, cleaned it up, made sure it just looks perfect. And then I put that portrait in there, fitted it just right, put the backing on and everything. I had to add a hanger because the photograph frame didn't have a hanger. And I went ahead, I got my kit out, I fixed that right away and hung it on the wall immediately. You work your pile, do with it right then. Do it right then. It will lessen your stress, get rid of the clutter, and you can move on. And at the same time, you're getting organized. So all this works together. It is super harmonized. And they are just like puzzle pieces. And they just fit right into place. Exactly where you need them. Because your sense of style's always been with you. When you purchase something, you're always attracted and drawn to the same colors, the same shapes, the same taste and style. You just are drawn to it. And what you will find when you're decluttering and coming across and discovering your stuff, not someone else's, your stuff, not the ones you've given adoption to, and you'll notice they all go together. Everything just kind of comes together. If you have been feeling this, if you truly have been experiencing the same as I have, let me know. Put it in the comment box and let me know. Has that been happening to you? Because it happened to me. Everything I would come across, I was like, I guess I've been white cottage, French beach cottage, modern farmhouse, as they call it, in some places, all along. I've always had that style. I like the conservative white with tones of blue and green here and there. I love stuff like that. I'll know that most of my stuff will have wood or metal and just a little bit of glass, like, you know, glass contained. But I like metal hangers and holders, and I like sconces, anything that's wooden, you know, wooden pillar holders for my candles. And that's another thing. I have plenty of candles and stuff like that. You'll just notice that you are drawn to the same style. I like glass vessels that hold candles or hold things within. But just be, you know, looking at, okay, this truly doesn't qualify as garbage. It's not broken and beyond repair or helpless, done nothing with. I feel it has the potential to be something, and I'm going to put it in my junk truck. Then what you do, if you are not working those items and turning them into DIYs, flipping them and being creative with them, or you lack the time, let it go for now. Because as you declutter more and more, you're going to come across these little gems. You're still going to discover things. And it's not going to stop and lock you up on not looking at thrift stores or not looking at secondhand things. You will still do that. It is in your DNA. It is in your nature. You're going to find treasure and usefulness in all things. It is part of who you are. When you're a DIYer, you're naturally creative. You cannot help yourself. You will look at something and you go, oh, I want to do something with that. I have an idea. And so take it and put it in your junk trunk and just know that you need to be working on those things. Not everything has to be scattered all about your craft room or the working area, your table, or wherever it is you do your DIYs. You can actually put it into a tub. It's okay to put it in a tub. And then that way you have a reason to visit that tub often and check it out and see, I wonder if I've got anything in there that might be able to replace some old decor that I have or old decorations that I have. The holidays are coming up. Let me see what I can create. Maybe you need a gift for someone, and your junk trunk might be the answer to making that gift. The idea is, even in decluttering and cleaning up and reclaiming our rooms and our countertops and our space, we also have to plug into our creativity, because it allows us to release stress, outwardly express ourselves, and be who we are. And people do enjoy our gifts. But I think one of the greatest qualities about being a DIY person is we save a lot of money. Practicality, Most of us are really frugal and conservative because we have this magic ability that God has gifted us to take these combination of skills and take and put things together and suddenly make it into a new thing, something brand new altogether. And it's just amazing. It is a wonderful gift that we've been gifted. So I am through rambling and on and on and on, just giving you some ideas of what you're looking for. You know, maybe some wooden items, metal items, ceramic pieces, you know, flannels, old doorknobs, things that truly have the potential to be used and put together with something else. Or maybe, just maybe, you might be looking for a part or a piece. You probably have it somewhere in your stash, in your home somewhere, and this is the final piece that you need in order to put this thing together. Perhaps you saw an idea on Pinterest, got inspired, and thought, oh, I want to make one of those. I just need this one more piece. And remember, as you declutter and you unload this old baggage stuff that's in your way and get it out of your zone, it's going to open up avenues for new exploitation and new discoveries to come into your life. It's going to allow you to be able to have space to work in, and you're going to be able to locate these things a lot faster. The stress will be lifted because you're in your zone. Remember, when you're being creative and you're putting something together, you're in your zone. And the gifts and the ideas that you're going to produce from that are going to be phenomenal. Phenomenal. And you're just going to love it. You're just going to love it. So I just want to leave you with this. Keep an open mind. Let garbage be garbage. Be gone with it. Is it in your way and blocking up your creative ability and your creative zone? Donate it. Let it go. Pass it on somewhere else, because more opportunities will come, maybe even better than the first idea you had. And number 3, create your junk trunk for those future ideas. When you come across something that you truly want to rework it, do something with it, and flip it, and right now you don't want to let go of it, but you don't need it in your way either, put it in your junk trunk to work later. And here's a 4th one, and I'm putting this on the top because I want you to really, truly don't go overboard. I want you to visit that trunk often. And when you are visiting that trunk, if you happen to see clutter inside your trunk, something you're like, okay, I'm not going to do that. I've changed my mind. Not going to do that. Get rid of it right then. Take it out of your junk trunk so that it frees space up to put other ideas in that junk trunk. And donate it or give it away or throw it away, whichever it deserves to go. You make the decision. But be sure to keep your junk trunk decluttered and cleaned up. You don't want to get it too loaded with stuff that really truly is garbage and not just junk, because the junk trunk is your treasure box. That's what it's about. You are a DIY pirate, and we are looking for those golden gems, our true treasures, our pearls and our precious stones and things of that, so to speak. So we are DIY pirates on our junk trunk, and we don't want garbage in our junk trunk. They are our treasures. So be sure to keep your junk trunk cleaned up. Use the stuff in it. Don't forget. Don't go out and buy a bunch of mess. Go on and pull something out of there and see what you can create today using your junk trunk. When you do your DIYs for the holidays, you got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas, you got New Year's, and you got spring coming up. We have Halloween upon us. Kids are going back to school, and now might be the time for you to get a little creative. Run across an old painting or portrait. It's on a canvas, and it's just not your style anymore. It's not matching your decor. You can take it down, put it in your junk trunk, and just know you can repurpose that canvas. You can do something else with it. Maybe you'll find a nice print, and you can just glue or Mod Podge it on there, and you're back to new. Just be creative and just keep your mind open with solutions for you and ideas to put in your junk trunk. All right, I'm going to let you go for now. on the junk trunk and the whole creativity. I'm looking forward to reading the comments to see what kind of gems you run across while you were decluttering. And like I said before, if you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up, share it out to somebody, and tell them about the junk trunk, okay? And if you haven't subscribed, well, it's free. Go on and hit it. Subscribe. We're going to do lots of DIYs, and we're going to keep decluttering, organizing, and donating. Remember the DOD, and cleaning too. So until the next one, well, you know what I'll be doing? Decluttering, organizing, donating, and cleaning. This is Elizabeth. Bye for now.